Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, known as the home of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. This is the Igloo. It's in his neighborhood. And tonight, a lot of Mr. Rogers' neighbors are on hand. Why? It's Game 7. Game 7. At long last, the point of no return. For some, it is the dream of a lifetime. For others, a nightmare come true. A thrill ride that will take you to hell and back again. By game's end, there will be a winner, a loser, a hero, and a villain. But most importantly is what won't be. For one of these two teams, there will be no tomorrow. It is the kind of game where those who are superstars are even more so. The Lowrys of the world become heroes. And great goaltenders like Barrasso and John Van Beesbrook get to shine yet one more time. All of them and so much more tonight. A packed house at the Igloo in Pittsburgh. Welcome, everybody. This is Game 7. The Florida Panthers and the Pittsburgh Penguins to determine the Eastern Conference champion and who faces Colorado. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. Delighted to have you with us here tonight. For just the second time this season and only the 86th time in the history of Game 7s in the National Hockey League, there will be a Game 7 here tonight. There will be a winner and a loser. Pittsburgh heavily favored throughout this season in many games. Probably still a favorite tonight, Bill Clement, but the Panthers have put on a great playoff run.
They sure have, Gary. And for anybody watching this game tonight that's ever thought of attempting to be a color analyst, this would be your night, because you don't have to be an expert to sit here and say what I'm going to say. If you wanted to handicap this Game 7, all you'd have to do, take your favorite coin, flip it as high as you'd want. It wouldn't matter how it landed. This is a 50-50 game. There is no favorite. But there are some things that have to happen for one or the other to win. From a Pittsburgh Penguins standpoint, the big question surrounds Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. Can the dynamic duo generate offense? Regular season, 62 for Jagr, 69 for Mario Lemieux. 15 combined in the second round against the New York Rangers. Against the Panthers, 1 goal each. That is it. In the last 4 games, Jagr has not scored. Mario Lemieux has not scored. You know the Panthers are going to try to continually smother Lemieux and Jagr. But the big question mark for the Penguins, if they want to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, is right there. Can Jagr and Lemieux get it done?
We have said for years and years in the Stanley Cup playoffs, defense, defense, defense. Brian Engblom.
Well, Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr scored 15 of their team's 21 goals against the New York Rangers last series. That's a staggering 71%. Ranger coach Colin Campbell said, you got to give credit to the 2 best players in the world, and good luck to the team that plays them next. In this series, they've scored 2 goals, and they've been shut out the last 4 consecutive games. Is that luck? I don't think so. The Florida Panthers have played some great defense. They play a containment game, and they never give up. And for their forwards, it's never too late to back check. We'll see if they can do it one more time. Darren Pang.
Well, Brian, the fact of the matter, too, is when they get by that very stingy Florida defense, they've got to face red-hot John Van Beesbrook. The ultimate compliment to any goaltender is his efforts around the net have been effortless. He's moving with very much ease. The one thing the Pittsburgh Penguins want to do, though, is go high under the crossbar on the glove side of John Van Beesbrook. The other side of the ice, Tom Barrasso, he has obviously been brilliant. But the Florida Panthers want to keep it away from his catching mitt so they can generate some rebounds on big Tom Barrasso. Gary?
You can hear the crowd. They are ready to rock here at the Igloo tonight. Jammed in to see their pens. And a lot of Florida fans on here as well. Sit back, relax, get ready. Game 7, everybody. Benny Johnson holds true. In the chase for the cup tonight, he will reunite Jaromir Jagr and Mario Lemieux in the same line for much of this game. Ed Jovanovski, one of the youngsters, and Niedermeyer need to produce tonight.
ESPN's coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs is brought to you by MasterCard, the official card of the NHL, and by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL.
Dan, welcome. We'll get you out to Game 7 in just a moment. John Saunders and Barry Melrose. You expected defensive battle in this one because the Panthers have done such a great job defensively. Consider this. Two of the best players in the game, Lemieux and Jágr, have combined for 2 goals. Mario says it's the best defense he's ever played against.
Defensively, they're the best team I ever played against. In this, in a 7-game series, not being able to get more than 2 points a game is a rarity for me. But they're a great team defensively, and they got a great goaltender.
So, Barry, if you're coaching these 2 great players, what do you tell them to get them going?
Well, you got to challenge them. Those are guys that are going to follow everybody else. They're going to lead you. You got to challenge Mario. You got to challenge Jágr. We're not going to win without these guys, so they got to play.
All right, we will see you between periods. We, of course, will take a look at the Colorado Avalanche. They're already in. The winner of this one is in as well. Gary and Bill.
John, thanks very much, and welcome, everybody. You can feel the great Game 7 tension here and passion of this Pittsburgh crowd. And as we said, a lot of Florida fans are on hand here for this game. There is Mario Lemieux. As we told you at the start, no goals last 4 games. When Lemieux and Jágr have played together, that has never happened before.
And what all these fans in this building are thinking tonight, can the Florida Panthers possibly do it again to Jágr and Lemieux?
Yes. Yes, they can. The other side of that, of course, is you have a superstar in a superstar situation. The chance to rise to one of those great occasions. And we're ready to go. Nedved is out there on the first line for Pittsburgh. Face-off won by Niedermayer. At center there, Niedermayer sent it in for Martin Straka. Bounced away to the point, and we'll get an early whistle on this one. We'll tell you our officials are Don Koharski, the referee. Kevin Collins, Gerard Gauthier are the linesmen. There you see Don Koharski, a veteran of some 996 NHL games referee.
Doug MacLean said the one thing he wants to do in this Game 7 is dictate. He does not want to play catch-up hockey. The lead is important, although it's not crucial. But he wants to make sure the Pittsburgh Penguins know they are going after the win immediately and not trying to play maintenance hockey, just eliminating Lemieux and Jágr. They want to go after the Penguins.
Nedved again will move in against Niedermayer on the face-off. Nedved won it back to the point. Shot on Van Beesbrook will make the easy save on Chris Taber's shot from the point for the first shot of the game. John Van Beesbrook making the start in net, 32 years old. Came into this season not having won a playoff game against Pittsburgh. 0-5. He's won 3 this year in the playoffs.
There is no reason to think that John Van Beesbrook is going to do anything in this game other than underreact. He is a classic underreactor, really conserves his energy, and has made countless number of tremendous saves. If he is the first start tonight, the Panthers can advance.
We'll show you Tom Barrasso in a moment. Zubov dumped it back into the corner. Cleared back up to him by Nedved. Zubov moving in, is open, takes the shot off Van Beesbrook's right shoulder. Back to Tamer, his shot is wide. Rebound kick by Svele into the corner, not out through Tamer, who knocked it down and gunned it back in. Cartner clears the zone. Tipped ahead by Straka. We'll get our first changes right here. Tamer going back, touched it up to the near side, jammed up by Nedved and out of the zone. Florida Panthers making changes, will regroup here at center. Gordon Murphy sends it in. Tom Barrasso looking to help. Tried to hit Miller off at center ice. It is knocked away at center. The jam up there. Garpenlov sent it back in. Zubov got tied up back there. In the middle, shot. Save made by Van Beesbrook. First real good chance. Garpenlov had it in the middle. Garpenlov heads to the net. Murphy shot deflected wide. But Garpenlov was all alone in front of that last chance. Bill Lindsay. Lindsay tied up by Tamer. Puck against the boards. Big hit put on. Lauer came over and put a check on from behind. Cleared up near side. Rolled back to center. Fitzgerald back to get it. This line can cause some havoc that's out there right now. Fitzgerald, Lindsay, and Garpenlov. They are all good, solid players, all of whom have an offensive touch. They're back up to the near side point and out of the zone. Svele just come onto the ice, couldn't hold it in. Florida's going to clear, and they want to change anyway.
And that line that you just mentioned, Gary, can beat you up with their work ethic. Just an incredible pass from Billy Lindsay to Garpenlov that generated the big shot.
He was all alone in that slot area. Knocked down by Jágr. Got to wait for Mario Lemieux. Cleared out of the zone. Roche, rather, was in there. Dropped back on the near side. Eddie Johnston says he wants to get Lemieux and Jágr together tonight at times. We'll see how often it happens. Lemieux just went to the bench, does not stay up. Smolinski, Jágr, and Dave Roche are out there right now. This is Roche on the near side. Had it jammed away from him by Barnes. Picked back up by Jágr. Jágr dropped it off wide side. Smolinski bounced on him. Spela puts the hit on. Motion behind the net, cleared to the near side boards, and the Panthers will get it out of there. The pass by Lowry did not connect. An icing call coming on the touch at the other end. Tom Barrasso in net. His goals against average in the playoffs a little out of the top 5, but his save percentage is 4th best.
Just sensational. The Panthers think there are some weaknesses, though. Sharp angle shot, short side. They think he goes down prematurely. They might wait on him a little bit. They don't want to allow him to grab it with his glove hand. He has a tremendous glove hand. They want to generate rebounds, as Darren Pang pointed out, by staying away from the glove hand. And Eddie Johnston said about Game 6, he said, you know what? We did not deserve to win. We played in spurts. If you watched hockey long enough, you know this team can win playing in spurts in the regular season. Can't do it in the playoffs.
And Eddie Johnson had an interesting comment. See if it affects the game tonight. He said, and I quote him, "Nobody has screamed louder about the officiating than us," meaning the Pittsburgh Penguins. He said, "We are the holding, clutching, grabbing that has slowed us down. We've complained about it. Will it have an impact in tonight's game?" Davidovsky went down and blocked that one, cleared back out to center. I don't mean that an official obviously is going to listen to a coach, but the kind of thing has a trickle-down effect, if you will, sometimes, and they may watch a little more closely because a coach or player is complaining about it. Cleared back through the middle by Huff, brought in by Skrudland, drops it off. Back for Skrudland from Straka, poked away by Barrasso. Trying to get it in front, hit the side of the net. Good opportunity down low for Paul Laws. Laws came in from that right point and jammed that off the side of the net, but he had no angle. That's Laws right there, a defenseman. Dumps it back into the corner. Both teams changing on the fly. Tom Barrasso high off the board. Mellenby got a piece but could not control. Tomas Sandstrom sent it out through the middle. Breaking back in, Mario Lemieux. The shot. Save Van Beesbrook. Lemieux had just come off the bench and got ahead of everybody at the blue line. Opens up. Martin Straka moving it in. Straka had it taken away. Jaromir Jagr. He's out there with Lemieux now. Lemieux poking it down the boards. Lemieux moving it in. Lemieux looking for Jagr, cutting, sent it right through the top of the crease. Mellenby over there to plant. Far side Niedermeyer. Brad Lauer, they hit on Niedermeyer, has sent it across ice. Shots are 4-3. Panthers with the advantage. No score. First period of this game 7. Shot around the boards by Murphy on the far side. Alex Stoyanov held it in. Jaromir Jagr saved by Van Beesbrook. Jagr got the backhand chance on the wraparound. Sent back in behind the net. Stoyanov from the near side corner waiting. Puck bounces off him. Fans rocking here as the action is very intense.
Incredible scoring chances. Wonderful saves at both ends. Shots already. Why should this game be any different than any other game in the series?
Just let her rip, folks. Sent back in behind the net. Stoyanov going back to get it. Spela over against him. Stoyanov came away with it. Had it poke checked away by Fitzgerald to Garpenlov. Garpenlov will clear it out of the zone. 7D going for Florida in this game. They'll be rolling over the 3 lines and the 2 extra forwards tonight. Sent back through center. Penguins coming back to get it. We played 4.5 here in this first period. Miller on the far side. Fitzgerald in the collision with Smolinski. Rolled into Garpenlov, who dumps it into the corner. Roach will come back to get it. Lowry leads the Panthers scoring in this series with 3 goals and 4 assists, while Mario Lemieux with a goal and 5 assists in this series leads Pittsburgh. It has been the D of Florida that has made the difference here in this series. Bumped away at center. Both teams are changing behind the play. Bill Lindsay brings it in. Lindsay the shot. Save made Barrasso. Short side post. Barrasso looking. Another change taking place. Tried to find some folks, but the Pens were changing as well as he twice now is trying to dump it through the middle.
But when Tom Barrasso is on top of his game like that, that is when the Panthers have to be careful with their changes because Tommy Barrasso can burn you.
Net the shot at the intercept. And it's held on to by Van Beesbrook. Standing ovation by the Pittsburgh fans early on. Both these teams off to a great start. A city with great sports history like Lemieux and Clemente and Stargell all on the building in downtown Pittsburgh.
Well, if you're looking for a positive sign from a Pittsburgh Penguins standpoint, there is a little bit of room. There is a seam. You just have to find it. Lemieux found it. Van Beesbrook stopped him. And then Eddie Johnston did get Lemieux and Jagr out there together. Jagr in a backhand chance. John Van Beesbrook was able to make the save on it. Jaromir Jagr said, you know what? I don't know what it is. Maybe I've lost a little bit of confidence. this is a tough time of year to be in a confidence crisis.
Sonny Johnston pointed out this morning, he said, we've had chances. He said, not to be forgotten, Lemieux and Jágr have had chances in these series, including at the end of that last game. They just have not been able to convert, and a lot of that is because the Panthers have been right there in the jerseys with them. That's a delayed offside call. Face-off will come back out to center. Shots are even at 5 right now. And our Bud Ice Stanley Cup summary looks like this. Joe Sakic, 5 game-winning goals, tying the record. Bossy, Curry, Smith, and Mario Lemieux are tied with him in that department. The Red Wings, the first team since the 61-62 Canadiens to win back-to-back regular season titles but not win the cup.
Wow. You know, as an ex-player, I'm already feeling sad for one of these teams. Magnificent performances by the Penguins and the Panthers, but this is the playoffs. You survive or you are erased.
Only one's going to move on. Dumped back into the middle by Rhett Warner, the young rookie, as Lemieux and Jágr again come out to play together on the same line. Lauer's been on the other side. Tamer from behind the net. Tamer drops it near side for Jágr. Zubov is out there. Zubov has been playing an enormous number of minutes here in this series. He is their steady go-to guy now on D, and really noted as being an offensive defenseman as well. Lemieux drops it back in his own end. Garpenlov on the forecheck. Garpenlov deep in the zone, still is. So they had to hold it out, and it'll be jumped around the board there by Strudlin as he had to wait a long time for him to clear. Tamer had time to get back to get it and clears it out of there. Teams going at it for this conference title. Pittsburgh finished second in the East. Florida finished 4th in the East. So 2 and 4 in the Eastern Conference. One of the two going to go to Colorado. Jammed off the near side boards. J.J. Daniel was there to knock it down. Sent back in Jágr to Lemieux. Lemieux on the forehand will ship it behind the net. Jágr heads out in front. Roche couldn't get it behind the net. Played back up by Mike Huff. Huff starts it out for the Panthers. Maybe now better known as the Rat Pack. Sent back into the corner. Daniel going back to get it. Huff puts the hit on. Zubov clears it around the near side. 13-11 to go in the first. Jovanovski's shot was blocked out deep along the line. Miller able to sweep it out. Smolinski will give chase, but Paul Laws is in front of him. Laws back to get it. They're back up and out of the zone by Dave Lowry. Line change being completed behind the play right now by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hit put on by Miller on the near side on Lowry. Dug out of there by Dietzick, who had it momentarily, lost it. Jovanovski was there and gets it back. Florida will get it up ice near side Lowry. Lowry moving it in. Moranov had moved into the corner. Jammed up off the near side towards Moranov, who clears it up and out to Miller. Miller looking up ahead. The D always back for the Panthers. Jovanovski went back to get it. Laws has got it. Laws sends it ahead. Knocked up in the air and on the wide side corner. Francois Leroux was the one who initially hit that and deflected it. Leroux still there waiting. Barnes had snuck in behind him and chipped it away. Laws intercepts. Pittsburgh was trying to get a change going, but their D were still back, so they weren't caught. Florida from their own blue line. Jovanovski sends it in. If there's been any difference in this series for these two teams, it's that Pittsburgh's power play, though not as effective as in the regular season, has been able to get them some important goals. Well, the Panthers want to stay out of that penalty box. At even strength, they have been the better team. Set back behind the net for Tamer. Tamer hit by Mellenby, pushed it away to the corner. Nedved coming over to get it. Nedved dropped it out through the middle, unable to connect at center ice. Glenn Murray was cutting. He had 2 back there, including Partner. Sent back in the right side, Garpenlov again. Garpenlov dropped it. Svegel's shot. He got tied up from behind. 2-on-1 chance the other way. Pittsburgh coming. Panthers trying to get back. Mario Lemieux. Lemieux tried to drop it off. Partner blocked it. Terry Partner broke up a 2-on-1.
What a play by Cartner. It was a little floating pass, and all Cartner did was butt it into the air. Perhaps it was just a little too slow. Great play by Cartner.
Another chance that didn't happen. Terry Cartner getting it done defensively. The only one back with Lemieux leading the charge, and here he comes again. This time it's a 2-on-3. Jaromir Jágr. Jágr with Lemieux. Sends it into the middle of the trailer. Shot safe Van Beesbrook. And Lemieux tried to bang it off the back of the goaltender. And it's knotted up against the net. 11:03 to go. Period number 1 of Game 7. No score.
What a defensive play by Terry Cartner. Watch the little loft pass that Lemieux tries to Bradlauer, and Cartner picked it out of midair and sent it up against the glass. The Penguins came back on another rush. The puck bounced on Frankie Leroux. That's why he didn't get it on the goal, but Mario Lemieux tried to bank it in, as he does from behind the net off of Van Beesbrook. Again, Van Beesbrook solid.
Miller trying to hold it in on the near side for the Pens. Smolinski over there with Lindsay down on the ice for Florida. Pulled up by Smolinski, trying to move it in for the shot. Rhett Warrener, as he was going down to the ice, flips it out. And it'll be an icing call coming here, stopping the clock with 10:40 left in the first. You see the shots early on, 2 up the Pens.
Naturally, the defensive team tries for the matchups. There is part of the matchup tonight, Terry Kartner with his partner Robert Svala. Doug McLean will try to have them out there against Mario Lemieux or against Jaromir Jagr. When he can't do that, obviously when Lemieux and Jagr are on different lines, he will counter with McLean will. Gord Murphy, Rhett Warrener, those are his big 4 defensemen that will again have to try to stop Lemieux and Jagr.
The Stars seem to be lined up for this game. It's June 1st. This is the 100th game for each of these teams when you combine the regular season and the playoffs. They've each played 99. Somebody will play 101 and somebody will play 100. Face-off comes to the left of Van Beesbroek. For all you other Gemini. Shot back in, Moranov, and covered up by Van Beesbroek. John Van Beesbroek, the veteran, has played 1 Game 7 in his history, and it was a victorious one for him.
You know, from game 1 of this series, the Penguins have wanted to go high on John Van Beesbroek, but he is not predictable. He mixes it up. See, before 1996, 0-5 playoffs against Pittsburgh. That is ancient history right now. And John Van Beesbroek has not been vulnerable high. He has not been vulnerable low. 5-hole, pick a spot. There has been no easy way to beat the Beezer.
His only other game 7 in '92 when he was playing with the Rangers, an 8-4 win over the Devils. 7th game of the Patrick Division semifinals that year. That's his 1 appearance in a playoff game 7. Face-off will come to his left this time. 10:35 to go. This has just been a intense, high-paced first 10 minutes of this game with great hitting. Moranov back at the point. Sends that one behind the net. Van Beesbroek cuts it off there. Near side, Lindsay on the backhand out of the zone. Chipped right back in. Moranov got it in. Van Beesbroek to the corner. Gord Murphy over there. Murphy had Nedved moving in. Garpenlov looking for a place to clear. Couldn't get it by Nedved. Nedved knocked it down. Garpenlov got it back. Garpenlov couldn't sweep it out of the zone. Second attempt, Fitzgerald got it to him. 3 on 3. Garpenlov the shot. Van Beesbroek, tough save. And pushes that one off to the boards. There was a rebound. Fitzgerald behind the net. His centering pass intercepted at least momentarily, but not cleared out of the zone. Good effort to hold that in by Garpenlov, who's having a very strong first period. Garpenlov along the near side. Again stole it, knocked it down, couldn't control it. Right back out of the zone. Glenn Murray, that'll be whistled. Our first penalty of the game. And it looks like Nedved's going to get it. He is. A power play for the Florida Panthers and the first advantage of this game. Darren Bang.
Well, thanks, Gary. You know, Peter Nedved going to the box right now, but when he does get an offensive chance, he's got a pretty wicked curve on his stick, fellas, and he likes to go high to the glove side, as you guys had mentioned. Of the shots so far, there's only been 2 on John Van Beesbroek. As I sit ringside here watching the Beezer, only 2 have gone high. The rest of them have been low and along the ice or in the midsection. So if you see it during the game, you're going to look for Peter Nedved trying to go high underneath the crossbar on the much smaller John Van Beesbroek.
Yeah, Darren, the one thing you have to have when you're a skater is just a little bit of time to be able to get it high. Most of the time with the Florida Panthers, they smother you so much, you just got to get it away. And sometimes you don't have a choice, low or high. But given the choice, Nedved and the guys will go high. There is the penalty. It looked like Peter Nedved was being held. He didn't like it, and he retaliated.
Don Koharski is a referee who is noted for retaliatory penalties. That's the way he oftentimes does games. You talk to players about that. I did today, and they said, you better not retaliate. He'll give you the first good hit, but you retaliate, and Don Koharski will put you in the box, and that's what happened to Nedved. Power play opportunity right here. Niedermeyer dumps it out in front. Early stride comes back to Svala. Svala's shots deflected deep against the boards and cleared out. So the roughing on Nedved at 10-10. In this series, the Florida Panthers have gone 3 for 31 on the power play against Pittsburgh. Overall in the playoffs this year, the Panthers at 17%. They have 12%. Their power play down from what they had percentage-wise during the regular season. That's true for most teams. Sent back into the corner. Miller was back there. Jagr, shorthanded chance here for Pittsburgh. Mellanby now comes in and takes the puck away. Mellanby will move it up. Panthers on the power play have had Lowry, Mellanby pick up 1 each in this series. Stu Barnes has the other one of the 3 they've had against Pittsburgh. No score. 56 seconds left on the power play chance for the Panthers. Lowry Lowry gains the red up to the blue. Into the zone. Lost control. Sent right back out.
Dave Lowry needs a little support. When the Panthers carry to gain the zone, they need support. That means somebody getting near Dave Lowry. They're basically a dump and chase team even on their power play. So when they carry, they need people near them to pass to.
They go opposite side corner to get it in this time as Gordon Murphy dumped it in. On the near side boards, Neil Wilkinson, number 6, shoving it along. Smolinski there as well. They did not get it out. Point shot. Lewanowski save made. Rebound Gordon Murphy centered. It was deflected over Barrasso's head. Smolinski puts the check on, takes the man down. Lewanowski makes the move in. His wrist shot. That one went wide. Good chances on the near side. Lewanowski has had a couple and he heads to the net. He's involved in the play. Shepard sends it down low. Barnes waiting. Tried to center and it blocked by Wilkinson. Third back up to the point. Penalties over. Nedved back out. Florida does not convert. Shepard able to hold it in along the line against Nedved. Shot. Deflected in front. Never got in on Barrasso. Back to Barnes. Stu Barnes turning it. Pittsburgh back at even strength. But the Panthers are keeping the heat on. Lowry in the corner. Lowry with Tamer on his back. Goes back up top to Murphy. Murphy the wrister. Knocked down in front. And it was Shepard who deflected it down. Murphy trying to hold it in camp. Murphy's run out of legs. Had to put a hit on from behind. And it'll be knocked down on Nedved's chance. Van Beesbrook out of the crease area. Almost getting run over in the corner by Tomas Sandstrom. No score. Great to have you with us here at the Igloo in Pittsburgh. In this Game 7, our exclusive coverage of the Eastern Final here tonight. Mario Lemieux on the faceoff. Won it back to the point. Francois Leroux's shot went to the near side. Yager chasing it down. Could not control as he's flipped out of the zone by Terry Carter. There's that defensive coverage again. Huff trying to run the puck in. Knocked away by Skrubin. He tried to kick it in. Zubov was there to intercept. Zubov gets it back. Yager and Lemieux are out there together again. Zubov checked from behind. Good hit from behind by Brian Skrubin, one of the outstanding defensive forwards of the game. Here's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 chance. Dropped off left side. Shot. Score! Mike Huff! It ended up with a 3-on-1. And Mike Huff has given the Panthers a 1-0 lead.
What a play. How about the Florida Panthers, the team that nobody thinks can really score regularly? They only scored 1 goal in Game 4, 1 goal in Game 5. Before they got 4 in Game 6, and Mike Huff has them on the board first. Frankie Leroux is backing up on this play as they were coming towards him. He went down and kind of lost his balance, and away went Mike Huff on a 2-on-1. Sergei Zubov, the only guy back, and Tom Barrasso couldn't do a thing by the time this one got back to him. Terrific play by Robert Svala. He had to knock the pass down with his stick and his skate, and then slipped it back to Mike Huff. Svala jumped up on the play to create the 2-on-1. And how about the Florida Panthers? Here they are leading 1-0.
Mike Huff gets the goal. His first point of this series. Unlikely heroes has been the story for the Florida Panthers, and the team scoring first has won 5 of the 6 games in this series. There is Huff, Skrudland, and Kartner got the assists at 13-13 in what ended up a 2-on-1 down low after a 3-on-1 at the blue line. That is the 4th career playoff goal for Huff.
You know, that started by Brian Skrudland back-checking and stopping Sergei Zubov. They turned the puck over. Away they went the other way. The coach, Doug McLean, refers to his back-checking as desperation back-checking. He said, you wouldn't believe the number of times I talk about desperation back-checking. It doesn't matter if it's a 2-on-2 coming at it. Don't give up on it. Keep coming. It paid dividends there.
Keep coming can be put on whatever year's banner goes up for the Panthers. That's the way it has been. Niedermeyer brought it into the zone. Smolinski came back to play it. Nosed it in the middle. Could not get the shot off Martin Straka. That was close. Couple of turnovers here by the Pens. Law sends it in. Dietzick put the hit on the far side. Aronoff behind the net, jamming it with Mellenby. Back up to the point. Lewanowski shot. Barrasso had to knock that one away. That went through. Tom Barrasso positioned perfectly with lots of people in front of him. On the far side, Dietzick putting the hit on. Puck squirts away. The Panthers have got momentum. Mellenby sends it in. In the playoffs this year, for the Florida Panthers, when they have scored first, they are 10-2. Pittsburgh 9-2 when they've scored first. It has made a difference. So much defense being played, getting a lead. Even a one-goal lead changes the complexion of a game. Garpenlov the shot in, tipped down by Melanie. Lindsay in the corner, couldn't get it. Garpenlov steps up. Garpenlov drops it back for Lindsay, tried to center. Bounced away to Tamer. Tamer up the near side boards, not out. Big battle along the boards. Tamer again back there, chipped it away. Wilkinson coming over to get it. Wilkinson getting back in the lineup after missing the last 3 games with a groin pull. Glenn Murray in the corner. Murray tied up there. Fans wanted a call and holding the stick won't get it. Tomas Sandstrom's pass hit the back of the net. Comes to center to Lowry. Panthers leading 1-0. Shots 10-9 in favor of Florida. We've got 4:50 left to go in the first period. Joseph takes it back in behind the net. Chris Joseph waiting as the Pens complete a change. Yager and Lemieux again out there together. Dropped into the middle. Lemieux is too far behind to play. Brad Lauer the other one up front on this line. And the Panthers. Lowry goes up with a forecheck. Lemieux's got it. Lemieux sends it ahead for Yager. Carpenter was there with him. Got help from Shepard who dumped it out. Brownhoff sends that one all the way around the near side. Lemieux stepping up to try and hold it in. Couldn't as Carpenter got a piece. Down roll Lemieux. Tipped it once. Couldn't get the rebound. Lemieux gets level at the side of the net. No call on that one. Lemieux was looking for one and didn't get it. Yager cutting in on a bouncing puck he couldn't control. Lowry back to the red line. Sends it in.
That was Robert Spala that took Mario Lemieux out. Spala shows everybody the same respect. None. It doesn't matter if you're Mario Lemieux or Brad Lauer. Look out.
Another turnover. Down low, Huff again. Huff shot, save made, and Yager comes in to pick it up. Skrudlin and intercepted about the 4th errant pass by the Pens in their defensive zone in this period. Huff drops it back along the blue line. Backhand shot. Barrasso reaching out will glove it on Mellenby's backhander. He had a screen set up in front. The Panthers 1, the Penguins 0.
MasterCard presents the NHL Play of the Year. Jaromir Jagr is a finalist with this burst through the Bruins.
Powering home, look at Jagr shooting! Put that one on the highlight tape as Jaromir Jagr dances in the score. Florida on the road in this game in Pittsburgh. They are 4-4 in the playoffs on the road. Here at home, Pittsburgh 5-4. Pittsburgh's actually played better on the road this year in the playoffs, winning 6 and losing 2.
Jerry Gauthier talking to Peter Nedved. Looks like he wants him at least semi-square before he drops the puck.
All this cheating. Fitzgerald the shot blocked. Dodowski's shot blocked. Comes back through center, and that one hurt Miller. He's limping over. Kevin Miller blocked that shot, going to the Pittsburgh bench very slowly. And a penalty coming up as Nedved got tripped. And Pittsburgh trailing 1-0. We'll get a power play. Don Koharski saying, don't even talk to me about it. You're shorthanded.
I guess it's a little late to argue anything. The cards are on the table, folks. And Paul Loss is going to go off for a trip. It looked like at least Peter Nedved got the puck through him on a little deflection. And Paul Loss put a little bit of stick on him. Peter Nedved didn't look like he was going anywhere anyway, but he was able to draw the penalty. Good play by Nedved. Paul Loss sits. A man who had been sitting the last couple of games, except to kill penalties, has taken a regular shift for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and that is big Frankie Leroux. The reason Leroux is playing right now is that you may have noticed the first shift of the game or the second shift, J.J. Daniel got cranked along the boards by Mike Huff. He's gone to the locker room, and Frankie Leroux now has moved into a regular spot. And he's the guy that went down on that one goal that Florida has scored in this game.
You see the Penguins' power play has dropped off significantly from their league-leading percentage. Still, in this series, has made a difference for them. They've got 3 power play goals and 28 chances against this Florida team. They need one now to get this game tied. Off the face-off. It's still no winner on this one. Nedved Lowry went right over to the boards with it. Lemieux dug it out, and Zubov cannot hold it in. Only the second penalty of the game. Laws picked up the hooking at 16:28. Zubov drops it back to Yager. Yager will send it back. Zubov. Lemieux and Yager stay out together on the power play along with Sandstrom. Zubov will be back along a point. Yager will move it back through the middle. Nedved on the other side. There's Nedved waiting. Nedved, Huff moves that on him, dumped behind the net, Sandstrom. Sandstrom tried to chip it, could not. Yager over to help, back for Sandstrom. Sandstrom with Lemieux on the far side goes to him. Mario Lemieux. Sandstrom will set up in front. Yager on the weak side post now. There's Yager. Yager and Lemieux just go back and forth depending where the puck is, and that's wide. Centered Sandstrom shot, and he missed the net. Sandstrom set up by Lemieux, and he did not get it on net. Nedved back over to Lemieux. Power play Pittsburgh. Lubov goes to the point. Nedved to Lemieux, the one-timer, and he ripped it too far in front of Van Beesbrook. Not a shot.
It sure looks to me like Mario's pressing, Gary. I mean, Mario took a huge wind-up on that, missed the net by 3 feet. That is not Mario. He's a touch player, even on the big slap shots. They're never that big.
Florida just keeps doing this to teams. You got to believe they do. Dump back into the middle and intercept it. Skrudlin will send it out of there. Power play down to 30 seconds. The Panthers leading 1-0. First power play chance of the game for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, Yager on the near side. Yager gets by Lindsay. Drops it off for Nedved. Nedved had to turn around to get it. Now they've got to clear the zone here. Roche comes out on the power play. Moran off to the near side. Back for Roche. Trying to get it to Lemieux. Blocked by Svela again. His pass touched by Yager, but comes to Skrudlin anyway. Many who followed this entire series say Svela may be the MVP next to their netminder in this series at least, and maybe in the playoffs. Svela has been spectacular. Robert Svela, the young defenseman. Move back in. Miller's all right coming back out after he blocked that shot and limped off. Held back deep into the zone. Roche turned around, couldn't get a shot off. Svela again was there on the check from behind. Power play over, so Pittsburgh does not convert on their first power play chance of the game. An icing call coming up here, and the Panthers still have the 1-0 lead. Well, the Stanley Cup playoffs will be beginning as the Avalanche await the team that will take them on. On Tuesday, it begins. You'll see that game on Fox. Florida, Pittsburgh. One of those two against the Avalanche in Denver at 8 o'clock. ESPN will pick it up on Thursday with our quest for the Cup. Pre-game show starting at 7:30 on Thursday. And Game 2 from Denver with the Avalanche against the winner of this one.
Boy, the Penguins' power play had terrific puck movement, but when it came time to finish, that has become the problem. Not only for Mario Lemieux, for Sandstrom, even though he scored a beautiful goal the other night, but they really opened up the penalty-killing box, and by the time it got to Sandstrom, it never even got on net. Perfect passing, though. The Panthers' penalty killers with Nedved on the point are not willing to concede the shot from the point. That's why there is room for Mario Lemieux to pass back and forth to Yager and Sandstrom through the box.
Pittsburgh now won for their last 19 over the last 5 games, including this one on the power play. Picked up by Murphy. Murphy trying to swing it up the near side boards. Cleared up by Barnes. Barnes heads down the side. 1 minute left to go in the period. Shepard got it into the zone. Brasso played it, but right to Barnes. Tamer coming back. Final minute of this first period. Held in on the right side. Murphy shot deflected out deep. Hands will try and take advantage. Mileski drops it on. Shot by Lauer comes to the near side. Tamer was waiting at the point, had to back up on it. Carson was able to clear. There's Tamer. Pittsburgh clears the zone here. You look at the time remaining in this first period. As the Florida Panthers have got the 1-0 lead on the goal by Huff at 13-13 from Svela and Skrudlin. They changed one of the assists on that. Svela will get an assist on that goal. The view on the far side. Yager had to go by him in order to keep it onside. And the Panthers, the fans oohing and eyeing. This Panthers D getting the job done here in this first period again. Couple of chances Pittsburgh's had them with their big guns going in. Yager and Lemieux and Nedved. Sandstrom with a shot. They've either not gotten it on net or Van Beesbrook's been able to come away with a save. And that's the end of our first period. Our New Dodge intermission upcoming. A special analysis by Barry of this one and a look at what's going to be going on in the Stanley Cup Finals. Major League Baseball report. It's all upcoming for you. We've completed one. Game 7. There must be a winner here in Pittsburgh tonight. And right now, one period has been won by the Rat Pack as the Panthers lead Pittsburgh inside the Igloo in Pittsburgh 1-0. John and Barry.
All right, Gary and Bill, thanks a lot. All right, we've been shaking our heads since they swept past the Bruins in 5 games, since they beat the Philadelphia Flyers in 6. We're shaking our heads there's a Game 7, and now they're up after a period.
Well, exactly. I think the fairy godmother just turned a pumpkin into a coach. Florida scored the first goal. They play much better with the first goal. We all know that all season long. And the wicked stepmother is looking a little bit frustrated, so we'll see what happens the rest of the game here.
When you say a coach, you mean one with wheels or one that's behind the bench?
Both at this time.
Well, this coach, Doug McLean, is winning it 1-0.
A lot of times.
I wasn't going to get you with that one, but I couldn't resist. Florida right now has a 1-0 lead, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. The second period still to come, but it's time for the new Dodge Intermission Report. We'll turn Barry from pumpkin to coach when we come back after this. New York Rangers from just a couple of years ago winning the Stanley Cup and ending that 54-year drinks. And welcome to the new Dodge Intermission Report. John Saunders alongside Barry Melrose. And right now we want to talk about the Colorado Avalanche, a team that is in the Stanley Cup final for the first time, awaiting the winner of the game you're watching now. They, of course, will have 6 full days off before they get a chance to play another opponent. And in this one, they worked out today. Mark Crawford loves his team. He thinks that his team has been a bit underrated by a lot of other people out there. He thinks that right now he's got the best club in the game.
We believe we're the best club in the National Hockey League right now. I think if you talk to people in Florida and you talk to people in Pittsburgh, they say the same thing about their clubs.
Right now, Crawford has an argument for this. He does have a very confident team.
John, all the humble people are out of here. If you're in the Stanley Cup Finals, you believe in yourself, you believe in your team. If you're a coach, if a player, you believe in each other, you believe in what you're building, you believe in everything that you've done all season long. So again, the humble guys are done. They're at home golfing. It's the proud guys that care about themselves, character guys that are still playing.
And you remember that this team has a lot of great skilled players. Joe Sakic, so much on him, but Peter Forsberg has some tremendous talent.
Well, this is a kid we've been talking about all series long, and I love him. He's growing on me all the time. He's showing things that I never thought he had. And again, one of the things we always knew was skill. We see this move, toast, right through the legs there. Great goal. You see his skill there. But he's also shown a lot of grit this year. Again, we're going to embarrass Lidstrom one more time. But he's shown some character. He's shown some skill. He's shown some hitting. He's shown some power. He's not a nice guy. He takes hits. He gives hits. This kid is a big-time player, and I personally feel that this guy is an emerging superstar, not just a star, but a superstar.
Without question, he had a tremendous season after being Rookie of the Year last year, but right now he's tailed off a little bit over the last 2 rounds. You see what he did during the first round of the playoffs, where he was just on fire with 10 points, only 6 points in the last 2 rounds, and what would you attribute that to?
I attribute to a guy that's playing hard in both ends of the rink. I attribute to a guy who's battling. I attribute to a guy who's had chances but didn't score. I attribute to a guy who's setting his teammates up. This guy, what he does, doesn't show on the scoreboard. Sakic's getting a lot of goals, and everything he's doing is going in right now, but there's lots of other guys that aren't scoring that are doing some things. Ricci's playing very hard. He's scoring, but Forsberg, Kamensky, Olsenlitz, these guys that are the stars that aren't scoring, they're doing a lot of things away from the puck, and Forsberg's a prime example of that. He'll score in the finals.
And there's the fact also he's already played about twice as many games as he played all of last year in that shortened season. Stick around. When we come back, we will have more. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball fisticuffs on the base paths once again.
Tonight's intermission report is presented by
the Brewers. Remember the problem they had last night with the benches clearing brawl? 7 pitches into the game, Kenny Lofton and Fernando Viñas start to go at it again. No punches thrown this time around, and Albert Bell didn't come. Dodge intermission report as we look towards the second period. Mario Lemieux, we heard him talk about it before the game, saying it's the best defense he's ever faced. You'd have to agree right now.
Right now, it is the best defense he's ever faced, and they're doing a lot of good things. They adapt so well. If they can't forecheck with 2 men, this is what they do. They send 2 men in, but very passively. That man's job is to force the puck. Number 20's job is to pick up anything that comes through the center ice area, plugging up the neutral zone. They do that. The defenseman sees that, so he throws it back. Again, that guy pulls out, so there's no 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, forces Pittsburgh back. There's a turnover we were talking about. Tamer throws it up the wall. And again, great positioning. That man's job, pick up everything along the wall. Nothing comes up there. 20's in the middle again, ready to pick up any garbage that comes up center. Puck's turned over. They get it. Goes right back in. Passive defense there. We've talked about their aggressiveness, John, how they attack when they can. When they can't attack, passive defense, plugging up the neutral zone, creating turnovers that way.
They make a very talented team. Looks very sloppy at times. Well, will it be the Penguins? Will it be the Panthers? We know it will be in Denver. The Avalanche await Thursday, game number 2. Fox's game 1 on Tuesday. The coverage begins at 7:30. Right now, it's a 1-0 game, a nifty little 2-on-1 here, and Huff converts.